Is that another Floodgate monster in Aurora Paragon? Now make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Now you probably have looked at Aurora Paragon at least once in your life, or maybe you didn't know this card existed, but Aurora Paragon says neither player can special summon monsters. Oh god, it's a lingering floodgate. But when another monster is normal summoned to either player's side of the field, destroy this card. Now you're probably asking yourself, wait a minute here. It just pops itself to the opponent normal summons. While that is necessarily true, there are some cute little things that you can try to do to subvert this, i.e. enter the Forbidden Crown, where you can try to stick this thing around for another extra turn. Now, the thing that really popped up with this recently was Radiant Typhoon. And anytime that we tend to see Radiant Typhoon looking to abuse some ideas, it kind of makes you wonder if it's a good idea or if it's just something that, somebody was testing. I've also seen other builds popping up with Aurora Paragon just kind of as a generic stop the opponent from trying to play the game. I mean, if you can force your opponent to burn a normal summon before they can do anything, like if they have to do special summons and then use their normal summon, or they have Mitsu cards in their hand, they can't play the game because they have to normal summon. That's hilarious. And I mean, that's why Aurora Paragon is an inviting card. It's also a fairy monster, by the way, which if you know anything about the way that this game is, 99% of the time, if there's something in the back burner looking at fairy as a option, then you can best bet that Aurora Paragon is definitely running around. I'm kind of wondering if Genesis format will eventually take a look at this card and try to exploit it, because that seems like something Genesis format would do. Condemned Witch. Oh, God. So we have talked a lot about Condemned Witch. It just so happens that this card has been showing up a lot more recently. Now, remember, on normal summon, we could add a forbidden quick play spell card from your deck to your hand. So we can go search for that crown, and you are off to the races. You can actually set it. But here's our Aurora Paragon kick, baby. During your opponent's main phase, contribute this card, special summon a level 4 fairy monster from your deck. Boom! There it is. There is the reason why we are playing Aurora Paragon. Holy actual shit. So you're telling me now that not only is the Condemned Witch getting me a crown that I'm going to be able to set, that I can then wait for my opponent to normal summon something, shoot off the Condemned Witch, roll up the Aurora Paragon, and boom, we just 2-card comboed our opponent into a crown for protection that you're not going to play the game because you simply can't. This is only going to last a turn, because next turn your opponent's probably going to try to commit another normal summon to try to clear the Paragon off of the field. That's fine, people. That's the sort of interactions you want. And this, once again, proves how invaluable and how strong Condemned Witch is as a card. All right, this is, and I wouldn't be surprised to see, as time kind of goes on, maybe Konami needs to take a look at Condemned Witch, and maybe they need to make a pivot on their design space for Genesis and make some decisions saying, hey, maybe we need to check, these cards that can search into other cards because they're kind of broken, but also one card leading into another floodgate is not good at all. Welcome to the world of one card turning into brokenness. Gotta talk about the new penguin monster really quick. So you guys remember First Penguin. This is going to be in reference to Mermail. So First Penguin says, hey, if you control no monsters, we can search some of this card from your hand, and if you do, it becomes treated as a tuner monster. Now you can discard one card and reveal a water synchro monster in your extra deck. Add a water monster with the same type as that revealed monster, but one level lower from your deck to your hand. Then you can change this card to face down defense position. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except for water monsters. Oh god. No monsters, free special summon of a level 1. I can discard a card to reveal a water Oh. This is a water monster that allows you to to feed the water monster effects. Oh, I can't imagine. Mermail. Yes. So I have seen a couple of builds in the OCG popping up playing the first penguin with mermails. And a lot of these lists have actually been stepping away from the water barrier statue, which buffers us on the concept of what if Konami bans the water barrier statue in the TCG? You know, what if they finally take that, you know, window and that opportunity to take those cards away from us? That's fine, people. We have cards and different methods to build these decks. There are ways to go about this, and that's exactly what you're seeing here with the new Penguin coming out in Burst Protocol. Congratulations. You might want to actually look at Mermail cards and make a decision if you want to pick these up, just on the off chance that, you know, you've got a whole new world of water BS that you can actually explore, and that's great. Let's talk about dear old Dark Simorgh for a second here. Now, in the current space, I don't necessarily think if Dark Simorgh is going to be one of those cards that's going to seem super broken, but it appears for whatever reason that Radiant Typhoon's just been trying to slap this into the side deck and trying to make use of it. Now, remember, very infamously, this card is always a wind monster. I love dual typing cards. But if this card is in your hand, you can banish a Dark and Wind from your graveyard, special summon it. Or if this card is in the graveyard, banish a Dark and Wind monster from your hand, special summon this. So, it's really good. But the line of text you care about on this card is your opponent cannot set cards, people. This means that you can also dust off the ancient, you know, combo of Anti-Spell Fragrance and Dark Simorgh to make it so that your opponent just can't activate spells and traps. Though you're playing Radiant Typhoon with this, alright? Which means you'd be locking yourself out of your own quick play cards. Obviously, you can activate them, but you'd have to set them all. So that might be a little bit slower of a thing, but I do appreciate the fact that maybe if there's a little bit of an uptick in some ideas in the Windwing Beast department, maybe you could see this. I've already seen Great Fly showing up, and they're trying to use that for like good wind boost. You know, the deck has already been using the Harpy's Featherstorm as well. You know, right now Radiant Typhoon test out all of these crazy ideas. And honestly, I think the deck actually is getting some of these ideas to actually stick. It just comes down to, you know, is today's idea in Radiant Typhoon going to be workable, or is this just going to be something that, you know, shows up every once in a while? I don't know. But Dark Simorgh was worth mentioning for this video because it looks like a cute little tech choice to just simply deny your opponent the chance to play the game. And then we have Heatwave. So there's been a couple of Minkanko lists popping up fairly recently that have been kind of showcasing, you know, the need for this deck to be able to, you know, go first. You know, and we've all seen time and time again that Tenpai was doing the same thing. You know, if you make the Tenpai player go first, they're just going to try to counterpoint you, go second, beam in the side deck, and all of a sudden you're just like, ugh. You know, you get that Heatwave slammed on you, your turn's effectively done, you're not playing the game, and, you know, we just go like this, job's done, and you just kind of walk away off into the distance, massively upset. Minkanko has reached the point now that they can actually play things like Dark Hole, Lightning Storm within their main deck, and not really feel bad about it, which means that they can now go second even easier, board clear you, and start to go for game in probably one of the best fashions that I have seen in a long time. But also, you know, you got to look at what other cards that you can use in combination with. This is why I brought up, you know, Heatwave here. Obviously, there's a couple of equipped cards that already exist that you might want to keep an eye on. But for case in point, if you are waiting for that new Minkanko support, you do need to dip back into the old rarity collections, get yourself some heat waves so that you can actually tell your opponent, nope, you're gonna turn skip this. We're gonna have a nice little casual turn where I'm going to try to OTK you unless you got some inconveniencing cards like Imperm, at which point, well, congratulations, you did in fact actually outplay me just a little bit. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.